Hello everybody, I was in the whole universe, hope everything is fine, I'm a Irishman who brings value with my own experience. And today I was practicing piano a bit and a lot in the same time, because I was doing a lot of practice of exercises and not so much of these songs, but exercises were nice. And I was doing hand-on exercises and journey exercises and also my mind created exercises. And what do I mean my mind created? It is kind of combinatorics. So when you play different notes and you kind of do intervals from, for example, do sharp, re, then okay, do sharp, do re sharp, do, then mi, do fa sharp, and etc. For in English notation, it will be C sharp, D, C sharp, C D sharp, C E, C F sharp, C G sharp, C A sharp, C, B, and etc. It is kind of goes like this, and I was doing practicing of it 1 month. A lot of people on the ground. 1 month. Some administrative things. We should kind of. Our camera should be here. We'll go out of there. 1 month. 1 month. We are going away for. Kind of. Okay, we are going. We are spies here. I'm going to look here, and here we are. Here we are. Everything is fine here on the street, because near this place, one day, one day, one person came to me and said, "Hey man, don't shoot video here." And I said, okay, but I recorded 14 minutes already there, back then, and I deleted this. Okay, and who came to me, it is kind of, okay, some of the higher position. Okay, we are here, and some people on the background. Okay, let's do. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. Today I was doing a lot of practice of piano. Also I played some songs. Megalovania, for example. It's from Undertale game, and a lot of people who are 1 moment, one person on the ground, he was whistling to us. Did you hear it? Kind of whistle, a bit of the beginning of the whistle. It was without high notes of the whistle, it was with the airflow. You maybe heard it. If you don't, then kind of skip backward to 10 minutes. Kind of rewind the video. 10 seconds. Already 20. And I practice Megalovania. It is school boys, school girls. They know this. 2015 plus girls, males, and children. They know the song. Also, I practice some of the classics in terms of the pop culture, and I was doing kind of waltzes. This type of thing, and also some of the Mozart thing, and Beethoven too, and Furelice. Yes, I was doing it, and Dr. Dre thing. It is again the beginning of our new generation. They know this. Kind of the people from the new generation, they know this. These people who are dancing, they know this song. I can guarantee you in some moments, but they maybe know some of the K-pop songs. Okay, and I was doing practice. Also chords. I was jumping from C major, D major, E major, then F major, G major, A major, B major. Kind of this type of jumping, and it was nice, by the way. And when I speak, by the way, it is the interesting thing. Why do I sometimes speak some words and things? And when you speak the word, specific word, sometimes you are putting inside of this word some association with the sound, or the picture, or the concept, or the thing. It is called synesthesia. I think so. It is so when we can hear the numbers, or listen, or maybe we can kind of smell the sentences, or see the color of the music in terms of the real color. It was Rimsky-Korsakov has had this. It's Russian composer. Also, some people they have this, and it is when different types of our brain. One moment, again, and when some music on the background. It is when we trained our brain to associate with some specific things, some specific signals. It is the training of actually learning, because when we learn something, we can say, I learned this thing and I know it well. That what does it mean? It means that you repeated it a lot of times and you have the kind of strong association with something that you learned, and you are confident in it. Awesome music. A nice song on the background. One of the good songs in Russia, in modern songs. It is or not? Oh no, it is Tima Belaruski, Belarusian person, and it is about wet sneakers. We can translate this, and but actually they are. How will you call in English slang word for the sneakers, shoes kind of, but actually with one. Yes, you heard maybe this song if you was interested in the Russian culture. It is modern song. It is one of the good songs, I want to say. It is about love and about kind of that the person goes on the street in his wet sneakers because of the love or something. Kind of this kind of raindrops are going down and it's love and my sneakers are wet, and the song about it. Maybe you have this situation in your life when you're walking on the street and your shoes are wet and you feel kind of love or something. Okay, and I was speaking about piano. I did practice on the piano. Also, I started to practice my musical ear. Musical ear in terms of I started to train my perfect pitch. Absolute pitch. I don't have it, but I have relative pitch. When I hear something, I can repeat it. But I can't recognize I will say, I know intervals. I can hear intervals sometimes. When somebody will sing to me 2 notes, then I can repeat them in the specific relative pitch too. Kind of 2 pitches I will repeat, but they will be kind of, I imagine 2 numbers, yes? 2 and 8. 2, 8. Here I have only 5 fingers. Okay, I imagine 2 and 4. And then I imagine 1 and 2. Do you feel something kind of the same in these numbers? 2, 4, 1 and 2. They're kind of proportionally almost the same. Not the same, but proportionally. Proportion is 2x. It means that 2 times 1 equals to 2, 2 times 2 equals to 4. Yes? It is mathematical kind of approach to explain the information to you. And the same, I can hear the sound and I can do in my own way sound of it. For example, some girls sang to me the song, but actually I don't have the kind of soprano range. Maybe I have, and it is the gift from the God or from the universe. And but actually I can do this in my own manner. It is what I mean by relative pitch, and my ability to kind of switch it from different types of tonality. Tonality, it is key change. Key, it is for the beginners in the music. It is the specific kind of it is specific range of notes, we can say it, that we use. It is specific instruments that we use, for example. And we can do kind of it is like a hammer. You have a big hammer or a smaller one, a little bit smaller, kind of on semitone or on a 1 tone or 1.5 tone. It's kind of only abstract or kind of imaginary explanation to you. And I have I have kind of, when I hear something, I can, for example, 3 notes or 2 notes that are going from one to another, like and I can repeat it kind of lower or higher in the pitch. Yes, and when somebody sings, it's like when people do exercises and they repeat the same pattern but with the higher, like then goes for example. Yes, it is the same pattern but with higher pitch. And I think so, kind of, because I'm on the street and sometimes I don't repeat kind of fully kind of the same pattern, but you understand, almost the same sound was, but actually higher. And I do training of my perfect absolute pitch on the perfect ear or something .com or something, perfect pitch training. You can Google it, you will find it. It is not the adversity, it is kind of what I use, the tools. And it was good to train. And also when I do kind of smashing the keys on my piano, I kind of do memorization of them better. And what did I said that I have the mindset change, or I think so not, because I was recording this video before, kind of I was recording this video 30 minutes ago before starting of this current video, because previously it was kind of with mistakes of saying and I didn't start it. I was shy in the previous video and that's why I stopped it. And okay, and I played piano, yes, and I started to recognize some sounds better. It is nice. Also, what did I speak about? Chords. I can play right now chords. If somebody will say to me, "Hey Igor, can you play the song, this particular certain song?" Then I do. Then I can do this with kind of 5 minutes preparation. If they will say what type of chords are in there, kind of chords, I'm inside of them. Even I can play different types of arpeggios, accompaniment, or how to say it correct, it is arrangement, or when you do kind of different types of notes, but actually they are, I imagine that you can play C, E, G, or and you can play it simultaneously. You can play it in the same time, or you can do. Or one person was going kind of to me, but not okay. And you can play it kind of C, E, G with 1 second between them, kind of interval, time interval between them, kind of C, E, G, or C, E, G, or the same C major chord, yes, and that's all. And or G, E, C, or you can play C and E, G simultaneously, or and in the same time you can play C and E and G with different, like C, E, G, C, E, G, kind of 2 fingers at the same time and 1 finger, or maybe these 2 fingers at the same time and this one at another. Why do I speak kind of right now with a lot of explanations? Because I understand that maybe not so big amount of viewers, maybe some, maybe more than in mathematics, they really inside of the music stuff, and maybe they don't know a lot of this things. I could say only I learned 3 types of arpeggios and I can play it or kind of this way. And yes, I can play arpeggios. Arpeggio, it is the style of playing the same thing. Kind of we can explain it in this manner, yes. It is kind of when you play C, D, E or E, D, C, or I mean that C, E, G, C, E, G, G, E, C, or you can play it with simultaneous at the same time, or you can play E, G in the same time and C kind of opposite of them, or you can play C, E in the same time and G opposite of them, and also you can play C, E in the same time and C, G in the same time and E in the opposite of them. Kind of, I hope that you understand. It's different types of patterns, combinatorics, and I can play them and recognize them nice. Recognition is super amazing in terms of when somebody plays to me and I see this kind of with my kind of eyes, I can recognize them super mega fast because I'm nice at combinatorics and movements of the hands. I was doing a lot of practice by keyboard, not watching on the screen thing, and thinking about I will tell you, it is my kind of secret, not secret actually, I was telling about this method, but it is kind of a genius method. Not genius actually, it is the method that not for everybody, not for everyone, but it works in some way to memorize some things, but don't try it a lot because some things could happen with your mind. Some different. It is how I learned kind of. If you will say to me programming languages, then I will say JavaScript, Kotlin, C, PHP, R, Lua, HTML, CSS, C, C++, C#, Objective-C, C++, C, Ruby, Rust, Python, VHDL, SQL, NIM, Pike, Erlang, Elixir, Golang, Dart, Hack, Julia, and others. It is the way how I learn it, and actually you will learn the things and enumeration of things if you need by this style, and it is keyboard method. And it has some patterns of the change of the mind actually, and do your own way, okay? I warned you a bit that don't need to use it a lot. But actually, what's my method of memorization and things of this nature? I have the keyboard with me. Sometimes I do this practice, sometimes don't, because I know sometimes that need to read books, and it is better sometimes than only reading, than only writing with kind of blind style with me. Okay, I will tell you the method. You are actually sitting, looking at your keyboard, and that's all, and typing and thinking about things that you want to memorize. That's all. Kind of you kind of do QWERTY thing, kind of QWERTY and etc. or ASD, FGH or ZXC and etc. Kind of V, yes, and things you do kind of smashing the buttons and thinking about the things that you want to memorize. It's how I do actually, and the more you do, the better you are becoming something. That is the thing, because all the small things, true care, true brings Blink-182 song, and the more you do, actually it's sometimes more important, but all the things are important. Sometimes it is more important to think about learning process than actually do the learning process. It is kind of, what do I mean by it? When you do playing piano, sometimes it is the process of our thinking of playing piano and association with some impulses inside of our mind. What do I mean by it? For example, you are walking on the street and you are singing inside of you the song, inside of you, with inner voice, that's all. But you are walking actually, or running, and you are singing like, and you are doing it inside of your head. It is take on me, yes, and you are singing it inside of your head, and actually you are learning it by repeating inside of your head a lot of repetition inside of your head, but actually you are doing running or walking. And the same with my keyboard method. You are actually do kind of patterns of movements, and you associate the movements of your fingers and movements of your kind of phalanx, yes, you associate with it with some thinking process inside of your mind and things that you want to memorize. And it is only the helping tool that you use. Actually, you can remember something, you can learn something without keyboard. Keyboard, it is what I use to memorize some key letters in the words. Kind of the acronyms, we can say it. For example, we have or abbreviations, yes? What kind of abbreviations we have? We have USSR, yes? Actually, you don't need the full word to know what USSR are. We are near the Kremlin, okay. And USSR, it is United Soviet Union, yes, or something like this, republics. The Soviet Union of Republics, I don't really know how to say it in English, what's the kind of explanation of the full, but actually United Soviet and republics should be there, and some one R need to USSR, Soviet synthesized, no, kind of, okay, and you understand it. And the same with my method of keyboard. And keyboard, it's not maybe mine method, maybe God's, maybe universe, okay, again. But actually it is the method that I didn't find on internet. And I started to do this by my own. By typing and only watching on keyboard. Don't use it a lot again, guys. But actually if you want to be the world champion on the typing, kind of speed typing, then you can do this, because it practices a lot of kind of what's the name of it, touch typing. Yes, touch typing skills will be improved, really, if you do this a lot. You will be better at it. But actually some things that happen then inside of your mind, sometimes it is, you will have kind of, how to say it, you'll create your own language that only you understand, or maybe somebody else who does it the same, and not everybody will understand your language. I mean, not the language that I speak right now, but the kind of abbreviations. Abbreviation is like a cipher, some of the cipher or the code that we can use. Yes, it is why. And because of this code, because of this cipher, you could have the inferring mistakes. Inferring mistakes, what do I mean it? Interfering mistakes. Interfering, I think so, yes, it is called this way. It is when you learn one, I imagine, you learn two languages, Spanish and English. When you speak a lot of Spanish, then sometimes when you speak other words, then you will have some of the rolling R thing inside of your accent. When you practice Spanish for 1 year, for example, then you will see when you pronounce something like pronounce, yes, and then you will see a rolling R inside of it. The same with Russian. Kind of a bit, maybe you will see this, or accent changes, or maybe you will notice that actually you know how to say canción, but it's actually how to say song you don't know. Canción, is it correct or not? Or maybe you can say with some la or el, yes, things, and you sometimes can say not what's your name, but como te llamas, and but actually you will. It will be it is when the first thing to ask the person what's his name, and the phrase that appears inside of your mind, it is como te llamas, then you have interfering mistake in terms of the interfering from the another language. Not mistake actually, because in some of the scientific papers they are mentioned that mistakes, but actually mistakes we mean when we didn't want to do this, but actually it appeared. And when we actually want to do this, it is okay. But when we don't want to do this, then it is not the nice thing, it is incorrect thing, it is mistake. Yes? And the same thing when you do a lot of practice of this kind of JavaScript practices, and or maybe some of the kind of LIU, LOL, TRT, DTF, div, nav, AVG, and something like this. COUP, exchange, and CMP, MOV, JMP, and things of this nature. Then you can kind of have the code inside of your mind, but the connections between these terms, they are stronger than explanation of these terms sometimes, and or kind of sharing the explanation of this abbreviation that you created. Because this abbreviation has actually the connection with something that you need to memorize. Okay, some of the... I imagine that you have the box and you have the key, and inside of the box we have something, but actually we know the name of this box. And sometimes when we will invest a little bit more time, we can say what's inside of this box. But actually, for us, important is knowing that the name of this box, to say to one person that you need this box, and it's all kind of. I don't do this. Okay, and yes, about keyboard method and about my music things. That I decided to be better at it. I have more associations with my what did I speak about? That I have a lot of motorical memory. I have a lot of motorical memory in terms of the using my fingers. And what do I mean by it? It is the same with dancing. When you do dancing, then you maybe in most cases will be good at mime, yes, kind of, and doing some of the things with your things, yes, with your limbs, and you will be maybe better at it, and you will be better at gesturing if you do dancing. It is kind of in most cases, because you educated your hands or other parts of your body to move in the same in some directions. Yes, the same with if you do a lot of videos, then your gesturing movements will be better than of majority of people. And if you do public speaking, then maybe your gesturing will be better than in majority of people. Yes, it means that your motorical functions of your things, limbs and arms and things of this nature, they maybe are better in terms of the kind of gesturing and things of this nature. And the same with my keyboard method. Keyboard method that when I do kind of writing, yes, not seeing at the screen, but actually looking only at the letters and ampersands and carrots. Carrots in terms of the C-A-R-E-T, not carrots and cabbages. And when you look at the signs and brackets and commas and dots and colons, semicolons, when you look at this actually, and that's all tildes, then you smash with your fingers. Your fingers has better memory, you have more control on your fingers, and you after that will be better at playing piano and also playing musical instruments when you need fingers. The same, when you play bass guitar, it will be better for you to learn acoustic guitar or electric guitar. If you played already electric guitar, it will be easier for you to play bass guitar. Or if you played electric guitar, it will be even more easier to you to play to play acoustic guitar. If you played ukulele, you will be better at guitar. But if you played guitar, you will be even more better at ukulele. If you will compare it with playing ukulele and after that playing guitar. Yes, because guitar it is kind of a little bit harder to pick when you play ukulele after. I hope that you understand. Oh, somebody is calling to me.